minutes shy of the longest 9-inning game. And that's one of the biggest rivalries in sports right there. Yankees, Red Sox, one of the biggest rivalries, one of the most enjoyable to watch. Also from this weekend, we had some boxing and UFC. We get to the boxing first. Demarius Andrade retains his WBA middleweight title with a win over Poland's Maciej Suliski. And that's really not the biggest part of this fight. The biggest part of this fight is Demetrius Andrade calling out Canelo Alvarez, the 3 middleweight major championship title holder. Will that fight possibly come to fruition? I think it should give Canelo some new opportunities, some new competition. The Canelo Triple G seems like it may be starting to fall to the wayside, possibly. I think we need to see part 3 of that, though, to really solidify what's his legacy and both of their legacies. I think we need to see a part 3 of that. So looking forward to that if it does happen. Jamal Charlo, 29-0, defeats Brandon Adams to retain the WBC middleweight title. And then as we go to the UFC, Ngannou, who's a heavyweight fighter in the UFC, KOs Dos Santos in the first round. Not only did he KO him, but he punished this guy in, I think it was 14 seconds in the first round. Ngannou's 9-2. Dos Santos is 21-6. These are some of the heavyweights. Does he try to go up against Daniel Cormier? Does he try to go up against John Bone Jones? The competition in the UFC is still fierce, I think, especially in the heavyweight. So we'll see if anything pans out from that. Also, coming up tomorrow, we have the Women's World Cup will continue, and they'll be going up against, let me see exactly who. At least I thought it was tomorrow. Oh, but I may be mistaken. I think they are playing tomorrow. Let me see exactly. So England, they're going up against England, both teams undefeated. Women USA team better than the men's. So that is definitely something that I would suggest that you watch. And it's the semifinals. England is not a slouch, like I said. They're undefeated. But I'm going with the USA, obviously. No other way for me no other team for me to root for. A report coming out that Kyrie's IG post about Brooklyn. Irving is happy to join the Nets. In my heart, I knew I always wanted to play at home. And that's the thing also about some of these players. They're human. They're a person. Some of them want to go back home and play. Some of them don't want to be anywhere near home. And some of them want to go the furthest away from home as possible. And that's the interesting part of the Kawhi situation. What if he wants to go back to LA? What if he wants to go to the Clippers or to the Lakers, which he seems like a guy that would go to the Lakers. He doesn't seem like a guy that would go to the Clippers. He would seem like a guy that would go to the Clippers. Not to the Lakers, because the Lakers and what they're doing in building a super team, I don't know if you want to be a part of that. Maybe he stays in Toronto. And thank you, Lafayette, for tuning in. Much love. NBA 2K cover coming out. Anthony Davis on the standard edition. Dwayne Wade is going to be on the Legend edition. That should be interesting. NBA 2K seems to bring it every single year. But NBA free agency is here. It is here. Let's see if we have any other news on the free agency tracker, because there's still a lot of guys out there. You know, not a huge list, because it did get reduced, obviously. But the top remaining free agents: Kawhi Leonard, who's still out there. We'll see when he makes his decision. Boogie Cousins, where does Boogie go? That's another interesting topic right there. Does he maybe go back to the Warriors? Does he go to the Knicks? Does he go to supposedly talking about a Kings reunion? I highly doubt that that's going to happen. Marc Gasol, does he stay with the Raptors? Thaddeus Young, who's an unrestricted free agent, does he stay with the Pacers? Still got some names here. Al-Farouq Aminu was with the Trailblazers. He actually went to another team, so that is a loss for the Trailblazers. He actually goes to the Magic, but I don't think that's that big of a loss that they can't bounce back from. Kawhi to Clippers will put the 3 best teams in the West in California and 4 of the top 6 players in California. Great point. Great point. Life of Tay says, listening in but working. Appreciate you for tuning in while you're working. Coming up later on the network, X Squad Radio, we will have DJ Knox coming on at about 3:30. Also, we'll have Kevin Clutch Talk Sports on Sports Radio America at 3 Central Time. Midnight Love Jones coming on at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Make sure to tune in to that. You will not want to miss the shows on tap for today. Go back and listen to Chief Rocka's show as well. I know he had some technical difficulties, but it's still definitely worth listening to. As we get to the end of the show, let's get to the Benny Awards, to the top performers of the weekend. Obviously, my number one top performer is Dame Lillard for getting the highest contract over this weekend. Also, KD and Kyrie. Brooklyn gets the biggest Benny Award, bigger than Dame Lillard's, because they completely changed their franchise. And Ms. Mocabella puts a program update. No Midnight Love Jones tonight. Okay, thank you for that info. But Brooklyn completely changed their franchise in one night. And if there was an opposite to a Benny Award, maybe I might have to come up with a name for that. Maybe a Denny Award or something. But the Knicks definitely get whatever award you want to give them that's the opposite of a top performer is what the Knicks get. Jimmy Butler getting that max contract. Jimmy Butler's been wanting this max contract for the past couple of years, and he finally got it. Tobias Harris getting paid. Kemba Walker getting paid. There's a lot of Benny Awards to go around because these guys are getting rewarded for their performance. Njongo from the UFC with a first-round knockout. I mean, a lot of these guys getting paid. Shout out to Cool Sale in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, a couple minutes left in the show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Not only is this show heard on X Squad Radio, but it is now heard on a new station on Live 365. It is called Rapture Ready Radio. It's a Christian-based radio podcast station, and they added me on for a sports aspect of it, so you can go check that out. It's on Tuesdays and I believe Wednesdays. You can download the Live 365 app. But man, free agency is just beginning. That's an ugly Avi you got there, Sales, says JB Jennings. He's got that Georgia Bulldog Avi in there. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Weekend Wrap-Up Show. We will be back tomorrow with the Dope Music Podcast. We're going to be heavy hip-hop. Got some D1. Also got some soul music. Got some neo-soul. But it's going to be heavy rap tomorrow, so make sure you tune in. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a good rest of your day. God bless. God is love. And I'm out. Peace.